That's a deadly tornado caught on camera in southwest Louisiana. One person is confirmed dead after the tornado struck a home on Borel Road in the Rosepine area of Vernon Parish. We'll have more on that tragedy in a moment.
But first, Chief Meteorologist Wade Hampton has the latest on the severe weather threat.
And a little bit of good news. The tornado watch has officially been canceled for all of southwest Louisiana. It was supposed to expire at 6 o'clock anyway, and you can see it is gone. Tornado watch still well to our east. Doesn't mean that we can't see a few strong storms, but the real story is that most of the storms are moving out. I want to show you what happened earlier today, and this is what Cynthia and Jillian were alluding to earlier. See right here, this little hook echo that moves through DeRidder first and then moves to the northeast. This definitely produced a tornado beginning near the city of DeRidder and moving for nearly 60-plus miles all the way up to near Alexandria. Closer view from earlier this morning. Again, this was from 11:11 this morning. See this hook shape right there? That's when the tornado was moving through portions of DeRidder. Ben Terry was on this morning with this for quite a while and gave you the first alert warning about that. Live look outside now. Temperatures falling. 50s, although it's still warmer, 73 in Jennings. You can see some of the lightning in the distance. Here's a view of the radar, and you can see line of rain still located from near Cameron through Jennings up through near portions of St. Landry Parish. Along that line, there's still maybe a few stronger storms, but once that line's moved through, which it has for about 95% of our viewing area, the threat of severe weather is over. We'll zoom in closer to Cameron Parish. Heavy rain near Creole up through around the Gibbstown Bridge, then sliding northeast. Places like between the Hayes area over toward Lake Arthur along Highway 14, some pretty heavy rain here. Around Welsh to Roanoke, approaching Jennings, and this continues on northeast from there. Basile toward Eunice. There are no warnings in effect at the moment, and so far I don't see any signs of that, but I will mention anywhere along that line there may be some stronger storms. And look at the temperature difference, 70s to 50s. I'll talk more about what to expect tomorrow morning as far as colder temperatures coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, as we mentioned, today's storms claimed at least one life in southwest Louisiana.
Authorities confirm one person died in Vernon Parish. A couple in Rosepine caught that tornado on camera this morning as it made its way past the area of Churchman Road. And these images from the Vernon Parish Sheriff's Office show the area where that tornado blew through. The Sheriff's Department asked all residents in the area of John Brewer Road or Borel Road to report to the Rosepine Fire Station. Officials are attempting to account for all of the residents in the storm-affected areas. The National Weather Service said the storm traveled 63 miles from DeRidder to Alexandria, causing extensive damage. And one of the hardest hit areas was along the Vernon-Beauregard Parish line.
And that's where we find KPLC's Chandler Watkins.
Yeah, guys, good evening. We're here off of Highway 1126, where this area was in the direct path of the tornado. We spoke to residents around here. Two residents actually lived in this area right here where I'm standing. This is where their mobile home used to be. You can still see the cinder blocks are still here, but that mobile home across the street in the roof of their neighbor's house. Now, they say that they've been working all afternoon to try and pick up the pieces from their home, their clothes, their items, but they say that they're just thankful that they're alive. They say material items can be replaced, but their family members cannot. We spoke to authorities who recently reopened 1126 after clearing some power lines, some broken snap tree limbs that were in the streets. They say thankfully no fatalities or injuries were reported in Beauregard Parish, but as the sun set, so did efforts to try and clean everything up. They say that it's going to take a little while to clean up some of these most hardest hit areas. But like I said, they're just thankful that no one was injured here in Beauregard Parish. I'm going to send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thanks a lot, Chandler. So much devastation. As we mentioned, the tornado left a trail of destruction from Vernon Parish to Alexandria. And this is what it looked like in Alexandria soon after the storm moved through. Debris was thrown everywhere, vehicles rolled over. So far, no word of any deaths or injuries blamed on the severe weather in the Alexandria area. Now, we want to thank those of you who sent us pictures of the damage the storms left behind. You can send us your pictures by clicking on Submit Photos on our website, kplctv.com, or the 7 News mobile app, and that's where you can see a gallery of the photos.
Welcome to CBS This Morning. We're very happy to say that Anthony Mason is not here today. Why? Because if you're watching us yesterday, you know, Tony.
Yes.
His voice was...
A little froggy.
His voice was fading. By the end of the 2 hours, he had no voice, but we are in good hands.
Thank you.
Always good to have Jerika Duncan at the table. We're going to begin with this. A powerful winter storm system is behind a spring-like tornado outbreak in the Deep South. People in Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama are cleaning up after a deadly string of at least 27 tornadoes ripped up the homes and tore through neighborhoods there. At least 3 people were killed, including a husband and his wife. This happened in northwestern Alabama.
All these storms were part of a powerful winter weather front bringing snow and ice to the Northeast this morning after dumping heavy snow in parts of the Midwest. The system is blamed for at least 12 other deaths. Our lead national correspondent, David Begnaud, is in Alexandria, Louisiana. That is outside a damaged school. I can see behind him there, damaged by a tornado. David, good morning. What are you seeing? Doesn't look good.
Tony, this is the Hope Baptist Church and School. That section where the roof is gone, that was the school. You had kids as young as 4 years old who were in there during the noon hour. They took the kids from the school to the church, which still has the roof. And if you look over here, that's where the mangled cross and signage for the school now is. This supposed to be green lawn now littered with debris. Get this. This tornado that started in southwest Louisiana and moved to the northeast was 63 miles on the ground. Unheard of. 63 miles. That one tornado was on the ground moving the whole time. This is what people saw across Louisiana and Mississippi Monday afternoon.
I don't know. It looked like it might be turning this away.
There were at least 27 tornadoes in all. It was a rare outbreak in December that ripped apart homes and businesses across the South. From above, you can see widespread damage. For many homes, nothing was left standing but the studs. In Alexandria, Louisiana, most of this school and daycare was shredded. Piles of sheet metal and wood are now in the front yard. Just 10 minutes before that tornado hit, teachers led 18 students who were inside the school to the church next door after they received the alert about the tornado. The students took shelter under the pews. Afterward, fire rescue crews wrapped the students in towels and blankets and walked them away from the wreckage. In Vernon Parish, Louisiana, Betty Patin died after her trailer overturned just one day after her 59th birthday.
You just wonder why in the world things happen, and you don't take life for granted because somebody can be gone just a second.
You could see it was coming and you could feel it kind of shake the house.
About 130 miles northeast of here, another twister battered the small town of Edwards, Mississippi. In Guntown, Mississippi, this Baptist church was destroyed after a tornado touched down here. It was one of at least 35 structures damaged in Guntown. According to a police dispatcher, several people were injured. The conditions are not known this morning. Last night, emergency response teams searched for people who may be underneath the rubble as the city remained dark without power.
Hey there.
In Guntown, they're going to have to wait until daylight to see just how bad the damage is. Guntown is just north of Tupelo, Mississippi. Jerika, here in Alexandria, this system has also brought with it winter weather. I got to tell you, I was at home with family getting ready for the Christmas break in Lafayette, Louisiana, about an hour to the west of here yesterday. We were wearing flip-flops and short-sleeve T-shirts. And today we're dressed appropriately like it's winter.
Yeah, I can tell it's cold out there, David. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, it got something, look. That's where it was all spinning earlier.
my God, it got something, look. That's where it was all spinning earlier.